Hi, Spence again with a Subbuteo mini documentary. Bob's asked me to take a look at playing out from the back. Best way to do it. Number of ways we can go around that, but let's start from scratch. We've got the goalkeeper. Key member of this situation when you've got possession at the back. Very key member. Okay, so we've talked about our setup, which is one at the back, three across the middle, and our striker. Now, for me, having played this for a number of years now, the key issue here is to try and find that front man as early as possible. Why is that? Well, the reason is that as soon as the ball up there is delayed, for whatever reason, and we can go into some of those reasons, as soon as it's delayed, the defence have a chance to get back, to cut the ball off, to get goal side of him, to get round that D, and of course, as we all know, that D can become incredibly congested, and it's almost necessary to come right back out and start again, try and open things up and start again, because it's very, very difficult to get through. So we're looking for an early balls. Now, if we look at the key elements to this, one of them obviously is passing. Now, we're very fortunate in this game because probably 9% that I play on now is on artificial turf. It's like literally playing on your lounge carpet. No bobbles, no skidding off wet surfaces. It just goes to your feet nice and easy. So couple that with the fact that these days the ball played into this guy here, the best he can do, that doesn't run away from him, the best he can do is just get nice and tight, and that's it. Which means if you've got your body between him and the ball, you can keep that virtually all day long, and there are players in this league who will keep it for a substantial amount of time. So let's bear that in mind. You've got a great pitch, which means you can roll a straight ball to feet, and that's another key issue. Try and get the ball to feet. The reason is, if it's played into space, it's a lot more difficult to gauge the run of the ball. Remember, it's walking, and I know for a fact if the ball's played into space, there's a tendency, I've done it, I'm sure everybody's done it, just to pick up a bit of pace to get there, stop it going out of play, and of course you get pulled for a run. So that's why we try and get the balls to feet. Okay, so everything's in our favour. We're not looking at 50-yard passes on an 11-a-side pitch. We're looking at 5, 10, 15, 20-yard passes. You can roll them with the side of your foot. If you've got the technical capability, you know, giving it a good instep drive, keeping it low, nice and hard, you can get from here to here in a matter of seconds. A couple of seconds, 3 seconds, bang, it's into feet from one side to the other. So we can move the ball quickly. Okay, so technically, if we can do that, and the movement's correct, then playing out from the back should be done fairly quickly, fairly intelligently, and safely. And this is the other thing. How many times have we seen this scenario where we've got, we'll just have this is a blue goalkeeper, by the way. So players are looking short here, looking short. They've been tucked in here. The keeper loses a bit of perhaps concentration. He'll try and hit that one through there. This guy's read it. We've lost possession in a terribly dangerous area, and often we concede. And this does happen quite frequently, not not necessarily just with us, but other teams we've played against, we've scored goals like that. So the key thing is, keep that ball until you're absolutely 100% sure what we're going to do with it. Don't take risks. Taking risks up there, it's acceptable. Okay, one-on-one, if you want to try a shot, try and bend it round, it's acceptable. If it goes wide, it goes wide. Taking risks here and giving the ball away in these areas, that's going to cost you badly. So from a coaching point of view, that really is something we have to try and get rid of, get out the game. Now, the reason we can do that, and that's to help this guy out, the goalkeeper, is by sensible movement and creating space for him to play safe balls. So, if we've got one at the back, we've got our three here. This is where, as soon as he's got the ball, these guys have to be wide. It doesn't matter necessarily where it is, but they have to be wide, because these guys then have got to make a decision. Do they try and crowd this area, stop the goalkeeper playing out? I don't think they will. Worst case scenario, if I get our guy goes here and we've got 3 there, what are we going to do? What are the options? It's fairly straightforward. We've rolled the ball here. How often is that going to happen? Whoops, I've just misplaced the ball. That wasn't very good control. How often is that going to happen? Probably hardly ever. So let's put him back where it is. He's got the ball. Okay, let's keep our players marked up. There we go. There's our forward. So this is probably a common scenario we have. This guy plays an important role. If he stays here, then not a huge amount on, is there? So if he comes here, he's got a decision to make. And the probable decision, he won't just let him come out here, because he knows that that ball's going to go there, we're on the attack. Okay, so if it goes back to the keeper, he's here. If he stays like that, then this guy's got decision to make. They come wide. He can show. Okay, and we've got options. We're giving options. Even though, and this is another important thing, even though these players now may be picked up, a ball in here should be safe. We should consider that a fairly safe ball, because he cannot do anything about it. All right, if you're walking to the ball and you're not just standing there waiting for it, where he can walk in front of you and pick it up, and hopefully everybody now understands that as you're receiving a ball, you need to walk towards it to stop that happening. So if he's come and got the ball here, right, where would we go from there? Okay, ideally, he'd probably be looking for some support back here, which means that he can make a movement here. Again, this guy's got a decision to make. He wouldn't stay there, would he? He wouldn't challenge him. He would probably either stop him there, or he might think he's going to go here. He could come here. But whatever happens, let's play the safe ball. So we'll assume it's here, okay? We're still looking to play out. Now then, this is where the movement is important. He would stay there. What's he going to do? He could come wide. He could pull away here. If he pulls away to here, again, we're giving these people decisions to make, and that's the key thing. You must always give this fellow a decision to make. If he approaches the ball, which he technically could do, although ideally it should be him, but if he did, as he's approaching the ball, he's left unmarked. So there's our clear and obvious ball. If he stays with him, our forward can drop in here. All right, yes, he'll probably have a defender with him, but at least it goes into his feet. So we've made 20 yards. So then we go in, we need to be looking back. Okay, he'd probably take him up there. He would probably be pushing forward, dropping these people off. We're creating space as we move along. Okay, so it's a ball back into feet. He's got choices. Wide, wide. He would probably turn and move forward, probably taking him with him, if that's the space. And this is something that always frustrates me in 11-a-side football. When you see a player get the ball here, I'm always shouting, go into the space, take the space that's been made, take the space, wait for the challenge, and then you play the ball off. Okay? Don't just stand here and wait and then think, oh, I'll play it again. We're not getting anywhere here, are we? So, bottom line, movement is absolutely imperative. Don't be afraid to play into feet and support, because people can't be tackled. And then we've got the chance of getting the ball forward fairly early into space and getting chances to score.